Partnership. What does partnership mean to you? Hi, I'm Shaline Manhertz.
And I'm Kristianah Fasunloye. And we're in a business partnership.
We've been working together since 2008 and working as a partnership since 2018.
Partnerships aren't always synonymous with Johnson & Johnson,
Barack and Obama,
Tom and Jerry. Let me ask you, how many partnerships are you in? Really think about it.
They could be personal, such as a marriage, relationships, parental responsibilities, siblings, or a best friend.
Societal, your neighbours, your community, any school, college or university, or any club you or your child are part of. These are partnerships too.
Or it could be systems like healthcare, supply chains for businesses, utility companies, or the government and taxpayers. They too are all partnerships. Most people don't realise how much of our lives are run by partnerships. So let me ask you, do you know the part that you play in your partnership?
Have you found your yin to your yang?
When partnerships are working well, interactions are effortless. And you know your partner has the ability to be confident enough to really take your side in any argument, to really, back you at all times. Because ultimately, it's coming from a good place. You could be showing up and supporting. You could be not afraid to support them or challenge them, because really, they've got your best interests at heart. You're on a journey of shared experiences and excitement, loads of adventures, everything's feeling easy, the inspiration and energy are flowing. And together, you can take on the world.
Now, imagine that all comes crashing down. You're compromising your values, you've lost your sense of self, and you've lost your way. There's a lack of openness, misunderstanding, and disagreement in every communication. You feel the trust is gone, and resentment is at an all-time high. In a nutshell, your partnership is now officially in meltdown. Is it worth repairing? Do you need to stay in it? Or is it time to sever ties? Partnerships are the glue of our lives. They span life and death, and none more so than ours.
We want to take you back to the beginning of our partnership. We met in 2008, and we were working for the same organisation. We became more than colleagues. We built a friendship, a partnership that has grown and sustained to what you see here on this very stage today.
So during that time, we really developed, supported, challenged each other's dreams to build a business. And it was this foundation that allowed us to move forward when the unexpected happened.
In 2017, I became unwell. By the December of that year, I was diagnosed with blood cancer. I was no longer able to work in my fast-paced role, and I worried about my future and that of my family. How would I be there for my partner? How would I support my children with their many activities? Would I be around long enough to enjoy their successes and their achievements? There are times in your life where you need to lean on somebody who's close to you. And for me, that time was now.
So knowing Shaline, knowing what that diagnosis actually meant, and really not knowing how I could help, my question to her was, what do you actually need? And her answer was really clear. I just needed to be able to pay my mortgage. So I went to work to get us our first business contract, to give my friend, and now my business partner, some peace of mind to focus on her health.
2 weeks later, Kris came back. She said, "I've got us a contract." Shock, surprise, gratitude, relief. Those emotions don't come anywhere close to what I was feeling at that time. To feel supported and seen during one of the lowest moments of my life is a gift I'll be forever grateful for. So this really officially started our business partnership. But really, we'd been working together from as far back since 2008, showing up and supporting each other. What followed next is often quite hard to describe. It was an ebb and flow that was a bit crazy, to be honest. Because for most people, partnership is seen to be 50-50. It's binary. But really? Are partnerships really built like that?
Nah, they're not. That's not the magic of partnerships. I began my IVF treatment when Shaline was coming to the end of her cancer treatment. We were in the middle of our biggest contract to date. There was no good timing. I was in and out of hospital. She was in and out of hospital. In fact, we were in and out of the same hospital having treatment at the same time. And just as I was there to support her when she needed me, she too was there to support me when I needed her. For me, that time really was an emotional roller coaster. I had all these hopes of dreams of getting pregnant with my partner, all the imagination of what, he'll be a great dad, I'll be an even better mum. And then all the fears of it not working out, and then what happens then? And all the while Shaline and I were working on this project to protect mothers and babies from harm. One thing was sure, and I was really certain of, is that we were each other's support system. And although our journeys could not be more different, they were poles apart, we really were united in our desire to protect and nourish our partnership.
Sometimes partnerships don't look equal. When I'm working at my 30% and Kris has to step in with her 70%, Kris knows that that's me working at my 100%. That's all I can give in that moment. And the same is true of her. What sits at the base of our great partnership, though, is that we accept and appreciate that those numbers may change. And we've got a commitment and always intend to work at 100%, no matter what that looks like.
When you imagine those great partnerships, those truly fantastic partnerships, have you ever considered what it takes to be the best of partners? Have you thought about the foundation that underpins their existence and their success? No? So here's the solution.
So, as we said before, do you know what part you play in the partnerships that you have? What sits for us, again, at the base of our partnership is what we like to call the 4 R's. This is a tool and a personal checklist that we use to make sure we keep our partnership on track. And you could do the same too. So, roles. What role do I play in the partnership? And who do I need to be for the other person?
Responsibilities in terms of what am I working on in the partnership and how do I remain accountable?
Respect. How do I rein in my ego to make sure that we all shine?
Resentment. How do I manage those hard conversations so we can all move forward without resentment?
And as we said before, partnerships are not 50-50. Great partnerships are equitable, not equal. They shift with need and are nurtured with care, adaptability, and shared outcomes, not rigid score-keeping.
Our partnership is over a decade old, and we've spent decades supporting other great partnerships to come to life and thrive. And we've seen others completely fall by the wayside. So through supporting these great partnerships, we've learned the secret to successful partnerships. And it's something called magic. And it's a tool that we're going to share with you that you too can use.
So the M starts for make a decision. Make a decision for the type of partnership that you're forming. And then agree that the partnership becomes an entity all of its own. You then become guardians of that partnership, much like guardians of a child.
A is for attributes or skills needed for the partnership. Are they fixed, or are they going to change over time as the partnership moves, so they need to be a bit more flexible? Are they similar or complementary? Remember, 2 cooks in the kitchen, no front of house is always going to be challenging.
G is for guidance system and values. These really steer the partnership. They're to make sure that you really know where you're going and how to make great decisions. So you'll have your own values, but the partnership will have its core values as well, which your values will be part of. So really, the values are the non-negotiables.
I is for intelligence gathering, so you know when your partnership's working well and when it isn't. Do you and all your partners know what success looks like? Because it won't always be smooth sailing. So you can monitor success, understand when you're off track, and know how to fix it.
And the C is for course correct, repair, rebuild, or exit. Have you taken stock of where your partnership is at? All this intelligence gathering? Have you even got the time, energy, or passion to fix it, to get back on track, or not?
As you go out into the world and build your own partnerships, these are some questions we'd like to leave you with.
When you think of great partnerships, when you remember when your partnership was really good, think back to that time. Do you want to feel like that again? Or is your focus elsewhere?
How honest are you being with yourself and your partners? Is your partnership really worth saving? And if so, what needs to happen for that to happen? Or is it just time to walk away and call it quits?
And knowing what you know now, how could you use the 4 R's to help your partnership to thrive?
Or does your partnership simply need more magic? Thank you.